I'm so excited to chat with you about Every Year After. I guess my first question for you is, of course, you were part of Motorheads before this.
Yeah.
So I'd love to hear what were some of the things that you learned on that show before joining this one.
Oh, that's a good question. Motorheads. I learned that as an actor, I'm not allowed to drive the stunt cars. I'm not even allowed to do like little parking like maneuvers. I have my full license, and I was like, "Am I able to drive this sick purple car that Mateo owns?" And they're like, "No, no." So then JJ, um, who plays the stunt double for Mateo, actually did it, and he did a great job. Yeah, so I do not do my own stunts.
That's so funny. I obviously love that show, but you're here in this one. And what I really like about this is that, Jordie is a character that has so much more to him than what we see in the book. And I wanted to hear more about how it was to explore a little bit more of his romantic relationships here. He's in the middle of a love triangle. So I wanted to hear a little bit more about how you approach that.
Yeah, originally when I auditioned for Jordie, I didn't know that he was gonna have romantic interests, let alone two, or three or four, depending on who people ship him with. But it was cool. It was cool. I thought I only had the role of Sam's best friend, and I was ready to be that loyal best friend. And then Amy, our showrunner, and I had a conversation on Zoom about the character of Jordie when I landed in Vancouver, and whether or not we're gonna build out his relationship with Chantal and Delilah. Him and Delilah were best friends. The way that I see Delilah and Jordie's relationship, the best way I can describe it is, have you heard of the song "The First Cut Is the Deepest"? Okay, so that's like how I would probably express myself if I were to be asked about Jordie and Delilah, and then Chantal. If I had to choose a song, it would be 21 Questions by 50 Cent. I use songs to like get into the mood of things, and yeah, yeah.
No, that's totally fair. And those are good ones too.
Thank
I
you.
guess talking about that, like your character in Chantel, they have this lovely moment where they're fishing. And I think that's one of like the most like sweetheart moments of this show.
Yeah.
Can you share a little bit about filming that?
I remember very well. That was the most fun I've had with Aurora on set, just because both of us do not know how to fish. Um, one of our crew members was actually down off the bridge, holding the fish hook and maneuvering it. And then we had like a 10-minute discussion on whether it should be the right hip, it should be the middle, or it should be on the left side, how we hold the fishing rod. Um, Also that day, I genuinely, and I've Aurora's she can be sarcastic sometimes, so it's really hard to get her to genuinely laugh and crack. But I managed to get in one improv line that's actually in the show that made her actually laugh. So we had a lot of fun.
That's so cute. I love that like fun fact. And obviously, like there's so many Canadian shows that are being made now, so many Canadian actors coming in Prime Video dramas. So I would love to hear from you. Like, what does it mean to be part of that moment?
It means, hmm, I'm very proud to be Canadian, and I think the question of representing Canada is I'm a little afraid of it. Uh, all I can say is that I am a guy that moved to Toronto in 2020, peak COVID. I went to the University of Toronto. I've seen a lot of my classmates have done the Fringe Festival. I've been to TIFF. I've been to Stratford. I watched Chicago and Stratford. I went to Factory Theater. My theater professor was Ken Gass, who was a playwright. And just Canada, 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 Canada down. And I am proud of that. Yeah, yeah. And a Tim Hortons
No,
double
I
double.
There you go. And
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you about this moment. And obviously, just wanted to hear like one last tidbit of like what was the highlight from your moment filming this show. Obviously, it seemed like you guys
It
had
was
a blast.
Tribeca Film Festival. That was so fun. We I've never done the mini mic things before on the red carpet, but I had all of my friends there, our ensemble, and I just felt so safe and ready for this moment. That is not normal. It's a part of the human experience, but I had a lot of fun and I felt a lot of love.
Yeah, I'm so glad you had that moment and that you're now doing some press for this one. Thank you so much for your time, Joseph. It was lovely talking to you today.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for having me.